What's going on, guys? Patrick here, bringing you a brand new video. Today we got another killer video for you guys, full of information. Today we're going to be looking at how to double your cryptocurrency portfolio. We're also going to be talking about these Simpsons predicting that cryptocurrency could take over in the future, as well as tons of other news that went on in the cryptocurrency space. But guys, before we get started with that, if you guys are interested in making money trading cryptocurrencies, check out the first link in the description or the first link in the comments for the cryptocurrency trade alert group. I post every single one of the trades that brought me to a six-figure portfolio in this group. So if you're a complete beginner, if you don't have time to do technical analysis, or you don't know how to do technical analysis, you can copy my exact trade. It takes 2 to 3 minutes to set up, and after that, profits are taken automatically for you. So it becomes very, very passive. We have altcoin trades, we have leverage trades, and we have the #1 community in the cryptocurrency space, full of people ready and able to answer any question that you have 24/7. I pay people to be on there to answer questions all the time, and myself and my team are constantly looking at the charts for you guys and giving you guys the best updates that we can. Now, your first month is going to be 80% off, 80% off. We still have a few coupon codes for that, so it's only $10. We are breaking down all the barriers that people have to jump in, and I can't wait to see you guys in there. So if you're interested, first link down below. Now that ties in perfectly with what I wanted to talk about next, which is doubling your portfolio, because with Bitcoin having the recent run up and then trading sideways from there, or dropping a little bit from there, a lot of people have realized that it's fun and easy to predict or to see your portfolio grow in USD, right? It's easy, it's fun, you just see the green days. There's nothing much you have to do. However, you don't really have much control over it, right? So Bitcoin, if you monitor and you track your earnings in Bitcoin, that's where you actually see your portfolio grow. You can control that. And then once Bitcoin moves up, which if you're in the space, you probably predict that it will long term, then you're going to see those results. Anyways, you're going to see more of those results because you grew your BTC amount. Now, just recently, I want to talk about this because I had someone message me from our trade alert group who said that over the last few months, he was actually able to double his portfolio, putting in pretty much no effort because all the trades were done automatically for him using the CoreNX bot, which is absolutely insane. You can see he started with a deposit 0.07 BTC, and from there now he has almost 0.14, which is almost double without depositing any other time. And this ties in again with what I want to talk to you guys about. He has been in there, he's been patient, he's allowed this to happen, and he's been tracking his growth in Bitcoin, not just in USD. Because what happened was, obviously over here, we saw the USD value drop for Bitcoin, and that means that his USD value dropped. However, his Bitcoin amount stayed the same. Then we saw a trade sideways. He was still growing his Bitcoin amount during this time because he was entering the right positions. And then from here, his USD price started to go up, and his Bitcoin obviously continued to grow because he was entering the right positions. His USD price continued to go up, and from there we saw significant gains. For an example, over here, his 0.07 Bitcoin is worth roughly $450, right? That's during this area right here. And then now over here, his 0.14 BTC is worth over $1,400, right? It's around $1,400. Now that means that in BTC, he doubled. However, in USD, he over 3x what he made because he was entering the right positions, tracking in Bitcoin. Then when Bitcoin's price goes up, which again, we don't control that. We can only control the BTC amount that we have because we can trade that. Then he saw even more gains. Now, of course, I'm not guaranteeing results. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you guys what to do. Just sharing with you guys my opinions, what I'm entering, what I look for, and what I'm seeing on the charts. But of course, I love seeing those messages. So to break it down really simply, how I would answer this question to the masses, because again, I get this question all the time, especially during this period when crypto and Bitcoin starts to get a little more hyped. I get this question asked a lot. So the way I would do it, the simple steps, now again, it's going to sound very simple. It's going to be harder to implement, but everything that makes money, everything that's good in life usually requires a little more effort. So what I would do, #1, you're going to need to create an account on the exchanges you're going to use. The most common right now is Bybit. There's a link down below that'll give you free bonuses, free dollar value bonuses if you sign up, which means you're already going to grow your portfolio from there. You're going to create an account on here. Now, what you can do with these exchanges, which is nice, is you can actually use the testnet once you make an account. The testnet means that you are trading with money that's not yours. They give you a fake $10,000, for example. They give you a fake Bitcoin, whatever it is. And from there, you can trade, enter positions, see how it works, learn how the actual platform works without risking any of your own money. This is fantastic for beginners. And then from there, you can grow once you're comfortable, go into the actual platform and use it from there. So that's number one. That's really cool. The fact that they have the testnet that allows you to do that. Beginners usually might start with altcoin trade. So if that's what you're looking at, there's going to be a link to Binance down below as well, which is by far the #1 exchange for altcoins. And then Bybit or BitMEX for your leverage trades. Those are the exchanges that I would make accounts on. Those are the exchanges I use. And again, they do have the testnet option available. Now, the next thing once you have that is, of course, mindset. Make sure you know we're tracking in Bitcoin, not in USD. So if Bitcoin drops now to $5,000, we might see, or you're going to see red in terms of your USD value. But that's not something you can control. Hopefully we'll be in a short, which means that we would have made Bitcoin during that move, but the USD value might be dropping. So tracking in Bitcoin and not in USD is going to be very, very important. Now, the next step, very obvious, is going to be the actual execution part, right? Either you have to learn how to do technical analysis, or you have to follow somebody who looks like they know what they're doing. Now, I'm not saying it has to be myself. Obviously, I have the group. I have the Trade Alert group, which is the first link in the description. Free plug if you guys are interested, but it doesn't have to be myself if you guys don't want it. The point is, either you have to learn technical analysis and you can do your own technical analysis, enter your own trades, exit your own trades, and so forth, or you're gonna have to copy someone who knows what they're doing or follow somebody who knows what they're doing. That's the next step. And then the fourth step, which is the most important, not the TA, that's not the most important. The most important part is going to be applying your risk management. It's going to be being patient. Now, this is something else I see all the time. And again, being someone who runs the group, I can see exactly what happens. I can see the good and the bad. I can see what people who win do and what people who lose do. And what I notice a lot is I get a lot of messages from people who enter one trade. Now, again, even if we have an over 70 to 80% success rate, some trades lose. And that means that some people's first trade are going to be a loss. And what happens is they give up after one trade. Now, the person who I showed you, he has had successful trades. He has had non-successful trades, way more successful than non-successful. And again, we want to win more than we lose, and we want to win bigger than we lose. That's the most important part. If you do that consistently, you're going to grow your portfolio. So that's sort of the overall tips I have in order to double your portfolio or even more in the future. Again, it's going to depend on what the market gives us. It's going to depend on the time frame you are looking at. Over a year, you might double, triple, quadruple, whatever your Bitcoin portfolio, and then your USD value, who even knows, depends on what Bitcoin does. But I get this question a lot and I wanted to answer that for you guys. So hopefully that did give you some information. Now check back in on Wednesday because we're going to be going back into overall technical analysis as well. Currently right now, what I can tell you guys just really quick before we dive into the fun part talking about these Simpsons is I currently believe we still have room to drop for Bitcoin. We have this green line that I put in there. Not going to say anything, but that might be an area that I want to see Bitcoin hit relatively soon. That would be good news for me. So I'm going to keep an eye out for that. But overall, I think underneath the EMA ribbon on the 1 hour means that we are bearish on the 1 hour trend. Does not mean we can't come back up to test it because again, we have a big gap there. That's the small time frame. Looking at the 4 hourly, we are also underneath there as well with a relatively big gap. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see something that happened here. Right, we had the big drop and then we started climbing back up to touch the EMA ribbon, and then we're going to see if we break above it or if we do come below. But I think that today is going to be a pretty volatile time, so I am very, very cautious when it comes to anything that I'm entering in. That's just my opinion on that. So that's what I'm looking at. On Wednesday, we're going to be going into more detail. Now the overall market 280, we're dropping under that 300. We hit it for a little bit. Now we're dropping back below $1 billion in market cap. Now of course Bitcoin is down 1.8%, which means most of the market is in the red. No surprise there. Let's just get through this. Don't know what this is, but it's up 22%, right? So some not so notable names in the biggest gainers usually means that something's going on there, but a majority of the market is in the red, as you guys can tell. Biggest loser it's going to be, so we see Tezos down almost 10%. Again, had a very nice run before. No surprise that we're seeing a cool off here. Lisk is down, Icon's down, and a majority of cryptocurrencies are down. Now this is the fun part of the video because this to me is crazy, right? This is crazy. The Simpsons are pretty much made an episode where they explained cryptocurrency. They used Jim Parsons to explain cryptocurrency, Jim Parsons from The Big Bang Theory. Now, what's interesting here is that The Simpsons have sort of a reputation for being able to predict things correctly. Now, I don't know if it's coincidence or whatever it is, because they do say a lot of crazy stuff on the show, so it's possible that just some of those ended up being true. However, maybe this is going to be another one. I'm not going to play the full video. If you guys are interested, just type in Simpsons cryptocurrency on YouTube. You'll get this video. It's like a minute and 50 seconds long. Nothing crazy, but if we look back in history at the times that the Simpsons have predicted things correctly, they have predicted the Donald Trump presidency, they predicted the Super Bowls correctly, they predicted Disney buying 20th Century Fox, smartwatches I think was a little bit of an easier prediction back in the days, autocorrect, FIFA's corruption scandal, and World Cup results. They predicted these several things over and over and over again. You guys can scroll through and see what exactly I'm looking at. Three-eyed fish, all these crazy things that the Simpsons have been able to predict. So hopefully this is going to be another one of those where they're saying cryptocurrency might take over in the future. Hopefully, I'm sure a lot of you guys would be happy with that, myself as well. I wouldn't mind, right? That'd be pretty cool. And again, it's always nice to see the exposure. Some people are saying that the reason we had the pump recently was because of that Simpsons exposure, but who knows? Of course, we cannot confirm or deny that 100%. But guys, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, don't forget to leave a thumbs up and leave a comment down below letting me know what you think. And of course, if you're interested in joining our trailer group, first link down in the description. One last plug. Sorry about that, but I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys on Wednesday for another video.